Today for art, we're going to be drawing a picture of a turtle and his shell. You're going to need a piece of paper, some crayons, especially a white crayon, some watercolor, and some water to activate the watercolors. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is draw a picture of a turtle. A turtle starts out with a big shell. It's kind of like the letter C, but turned upside down. And then his shell has the bottom, just like that. A turtle has kind of a long neck and a head. And then a turtle has 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So a turtle has 4 legs. Just adding some toes as some details, and we'll give him a little smile too. So remember in our story, the turtle fell down. Remember the birds were carrying him and he fell, and what happened to his shell? His shell got cracked. So for this part, you're going to need a white crayon, okay? Make sure that it's white because we want it to be able to blend in, okay? And you're going to draw the cracks on the turtle's shell. So go ahead and draw all the cracks along the turtle shell, just like this. All right. All along his back is cracks for the turtle shell. Just like that. All right, you can draw your cracks however you'd like to. All right, so I have lots of cracks along my turtle shell. If you'd like to make this even cooler, you can use a white sheet of paper so that way the white doesn't show up on the paper. All right, so now our turtle has cracked his shell. So now it's time to paint our wonderful turtle shell. If you don't have watercolors at home, you can simply color the turtle shell and draw his cracks along. Or you can use a different kind of paint. So I'm going to activate the watercolor by dipping my paintbrush into the water. And I'm going to paint his shell green. There we go. Get the color all in there. And we are ready to start painting. Wow. Very cool. So we're using the water to spread the color around. And if you look, as I'm painting, the watercolor is not getting on the cracked part of his shell. Do you see how I can still see all of his cracks on his shell here? All of his cracks are showing through the watercolor. So cool. So I can still see all of his wonderful cracks as I'm coloring in his shell with the paint. Check this out. Wow, look at all those wonderful cracks all over his shell from when he fell down. Remember, the turtle wanted to go south for the winter because he wanted to be where it was warm. But he fell down and cracked his shell, and instead he went deep under the water, dug a hole in the mud, and he hibernated for the winter. Hibernating means that he slept the entire winter where it was warm underground, so that way he did not have to bear the cold months. I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this, and then I'll be right back. All right, so our turtle now has a painted shell, and look, even though we painted, we can still see all the cracks in the turtle shell.